And Rivers State government is asking residents to desist from drinking sachet and plastic bottled water exposed to sunlight. At an event to mark the World Hand Washing Day, the State Commissioner for Water Resources, Tamono Sisi Gogo Jaja, says water exposed to sunlight can cause diseases.
Using this occasion to flag off or launch the campaign against exposure of bottled and sachet water to sunlight. And His Excellency, the Governor of Rivers State, has expressed commitment to the people of Rivers State and residents. And he has directed that we enlighten members of the public that this is a silent killer. When you consume them, it will be injurious to your health.
All right, for more on the hand washing celebration and its significance, let's bring in Mekwunye Kidochukwu, a hydrogeologist and WASH media advocate. I'm tempted to ask what a hydrogeologist is, but let's tackle this and then hopefully we have time to come to it. Now, well, 40%, thank you for joining us. 40% of the world's population of 3 billion don't have hand washing facilities with water and soap at home. That's a grim picture globally. Yes. What's the picture in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, recent research by the World Bank says that about over 160 million Nigerians don't have access to hand washing facilities. 160
million?
Yeah, that's over 80% Nigerians don't have access to hand washing facilities.
What does that mean for us?
That's actually alarming because it actually means that about 8 out of 10 Nigerians don't have an adequate facility, which means the running water and soap for proper washing of hands. Because the actual procedure for a proper washing of hands is you ought to wash your hand under a running tap for 20 seconds minimum.
We would really appreciate if you could drop your phone and then demonstrate for, if our camera can actually, yes.
Okay, you're supposed to wash your hand under a running tap with a soap for a minimum of 20 seconds. Wash it properly, pass your fingers through all the fingers and wash it under a running tap for at least 20 seconds. So the question is, do you have running tap available for you or any source of running water, but clean running water, because if you still wash with dirty water, the effort is defeated. So the question is, what percentage of Nigerians have access to clean running water before we talk about the hand washing systems?
All right, I'd ask you, what really is the significance of this day? It's a campaign. So what really is the significance? And then what do we stand to gain from washing of hands and washing it well? When do we wash our hands? What are the disadvantages of not washing our hands?
All right. It's well known that majority of the diseases, the common tropical diseases, could be avoided by proper hygiene and sanitation. All right. So the question now is, if we imbibe the culture of hand washing. I'll give you an example of the COVID outbreak. One of the major preventive measures is hand washing. So hand washing is a major part of preventing most diseases like the cholera, which we had a major outbreak in Nigeria this year, the COVID, which we are also fighting, even the typhoid, which any disease that is prevalent to ingestion of contaminated food or water, or even children especially who play with their hands, who pick objects, pick items and put in the mouth. So whatever is ingestible can be prevented, or diseases that are ingestible can be prevented by proper hand washing.
Great. Yeah,
but you did it.
Yeah.
I want to, when do you wash your hands?
When do you need to?
As often as possible. Whenever you touch an object, like if you're climbing through a staircase, you hold the handrails. Someone might have used a handrail. You don't know. Whenever you have contact with, I could say contact with someone else or an object that has been exposed externally, you should wash your hand as often as possible.
And that means you can wash it more than you can wash.
As
As
many
often
times
as
as
possible.
possible.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So now, what measures are required, both at the individual level, because that seems to be very, very important, the community level, and of course the government level? Is there a WASH policy
Yes.
in Nigeria?
Yes.
Is it working? Is it functional?
Yeah, in November 2018, there was a presidential order on WASH policy. The idea is to improve WASH facilities, access to potable water, and also access to sanitation facilities, because you can't actually do proper WASH campaign without these facilities. Although it's been launched, meaning there is this presidential commitment, the national global commitment to this effect. But the problem is sustainability of these policies. You see, in 2019, just 1 year after the launch, we had the COVID,
Yes.
which was a major testing period for all of us. We imbibed this culture, whether you like it or not, wherever you're going to, in every office, the schools, the churches, everywhere, the mosque, we have these hand washing facilities. But the attitude is gradually declining because we feel it was just to fight COVID. But we have not imbibed it fully as a culture that hand washing actually prevents a lot of diseases. So from the national aspect, there is a show of commitment from the federal government to this effect, but dissemination of this information, the training and the campaign for artisanal changes have to come from the locals, from the local government to communities, to faith-based centers, to schools. We have to teach ourselves the culture and imbibe it fully, knowing that it helps in preventing loss of diseases.
All right, our future is at hand. Let's move forward together. Your theme, just in less than 10 seconds.
What does it mean?
Just like you said, your future is in your hands. So if you wash your hands properly and you keep your hands clean as much as you can, it prevents a lot of diseases and it helps you in saving your money without using drugs.
They say health is life.
Health is life. Your time also without spent in going to the hospital. You save a lot of manpower also.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
All right, thank you so much, Mekwunye Kidochukwu, hydro-geologist. Today, you didn't get time to ask that. And WASH media advocate. Thank you so much for being here.